You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. We start tonight with an incident in the city of Hazleton. Police are looking for information on an early morning stabbing. Officers found a 29-year-old stabbing victim in the area of Hayes and 5th Streets around 2:30 a.m. Anyone with information is being asked to contact the Hazleton Police Department at 570-459-4940. Penn State Hazleton's prepping for its fall reopening, implementing new measures to keep its students, staff, and faculty safe and healthy. WYLN's Phil Kaufman has more.
This fall at Penn State Hazleton, the students, faculty, and staff will be returning to campus.
We are guided by, at Penn State Hazleton, by the university guidelines, by a plan called Back to State that has been developed by the university to meet or exceed the Pennsylvania State Department of Education guidelines for returning to classes.
Over 250 faculty, staff, and administrators for Penn State University have been part of 16 different task forces to take a look at all of the information gathered and release a series of reports to the President and Board of Trustees for consideration and approval.
The semester will begin on August 24th. When classes begin normally. Staff and students will be required to wear masks and adhere to social distancing standards at all times. So we're working on informing and training folks relative to that. The faculty will actually return just before classes begin in August, and the staff will be on a phased return over the course of the summer prior to the classes starting.
Penn State Hazleton has also allowed for those who may be hesitant to visit or return an opportunity to participate by continuing online courses as well as virtual open houses.
If they feel more comfortable and feel more safe by taking their courses remotely, they're certainly welcome to do so. The virtual open houses have been a way of making contact with new families that want to come to campus for next year. And we've been doing the same thing with our incoming students by having Zoom sessions to have discussions with them about individual problems or to answer their questions. We have virtual office hours. We have virtual connect, which is a way for individual parents or families or students to connect with a member of the staff to answer, say, a question on financial aid or scheduling or something of that nature.
For those returning to campus, there will be an obvious change, simply in the mask wearing and social distancing that will be followed, but other changes include signage around the campus and smaller numbers of students in classrooms.
What we really want to do is to create a welcoming and engaging, high-quality learning experience for students. So that's the #1 thing, and we're just, there's been a lot of work and a lot of work to do, but we are very excited about having our students back on campus and can't wait. So stay safe, enjoy the summer, and we look forward to seeing you in August.
Reporting from Penn State Hazleton campus with WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thanks, Phil. Businesses in the green phase couldn't be more ecstatic to welcome back their customers after a long COVID-19 hiatus. Today we visited one downtown Hazleton staple to see how things were going, and our Julie Stefanovich has the story.
Luzerne County has finally made it to the green phase of the governor's reopening plan, and many businesses affected by the COVID-19 pandemic have been raring to go, including Carmen's Bakery and Deli in downtown Hazleton.
Ecstatic. We're very, very happy.
The stay-at-home order had people itching to get out and visit their favorite establishments. And the feeling is mutual as businesses are reunited with their customers.
We're very thankful to be able to be open and to see our customers. That's what we miss the most, seeing all of the people that we became friends with.
Kutchi wears many hats, including safety officer, to ensure that both staff and patrons are healthy.
I take temperatures of all of our employees before they start their shift to make sure that everybody doesn't have a temperature. We've also instituted our 6 feet distances for the table, and we've put in hand sanitizing station when you come in the door, and also a plexiglass shield at the point of sale area where everybody pays their bill. So that's basically what we're doing, of course, as well as wearing their masks and their gloves.
Employees have been working hard to provide traditional favorites, daily specials, and treats just in time for Father's Day.
We're making all of our special Father's Day cakes, and we're baking a ton of pizza, a lot of pizza orders.
So stop in and see Kathy and a gang at Carmen's Bakery and Deli at 37 East Broad Street. Reporting in Hazleton for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. 8 more counties moved into the green phase today, including Luzerne and Schuylkill. Though restrictions are eased, safety guidelines still apply. The Wolf administration released details on the green phase, stating businesses with in-person operations must follow updated business and building safety requirements. Large gatherings of more than 250 people are still prohibited, and masks are still required when entering a business. Hair salons are allowed to open at 50% occupancy and by appointment only. All entertainment, like casinos, theaters, and shopping malls, along with restaurants and bars, can also reopen at 50% occupancy. Remember, it's still important to practice social distancing, and if you feel sick, stay home. A woman was flown to an area trauma center following a violent crash in Banks Township Thursday afternoon. 28-year-old Megan Magashak reportedly lost control of her vehicle while traveling along Spring Mountain Road yesterday afternoon around 1:30. Rescue crews were on scene for nearly 2 hours, working to free her from her vehicle. Magashak, who was pregnant, was flown to Lehigh Valley Hospital Cedar Crest to undergo an emergency C-section. Sadly, the unborn child did not survive the accident, and as of today, Magashak remains in critical condition. State police at Hazleton continue to investigate the Banks Township accident. A harassment citation was filed against a Butler Township Magisterial District judge. State police filed a harassment citation against Judge Daniel O'Donnell. He allegedly shoved an 80-year-old man during a verbal argument in June of last year. The citation was filed at O'Donnell's office and later withdrawn because it was filed poorly. It was sent today to Luzerne County Central Court. In the meantime, O'Donnell's criminal cases will be heard by Magisterial District Judge Joseph Zola. O'Donnell will, however, be permitted to hear traffic cases and civil complaints. After a grueling process, the adjudication of ballots in Luzerne County are complete. The County Board of Elections worked for nearly 2 weeks reviewing more than 40,000 mail-in ballots. The final 5,000 problem ballots were finished Wednesday. Workers ran into problems like trying to decipher handwriting and reviewing ballots where voters picked more than the maximum number allowed for party convention delegate candidates. The board's scheduled to certify the results of the primary by early next week. The Hazleton Area School Board's working to provide computers district-wide to all its students. The board wants to purchase 3,000 Chromebooks with Federal CARES Act funds. Amazon also donated 500 Kindle tablets. The goal is to have each of the district's 11,500 students to have computer access and ensure households have internet access. School officials continue to discuss ways to start classes back up in the fall. A task force was scheduled to meet today to develop a plan to ensure the district provides education to all its students. And speaking of schools, funding is available for Luzerne County school districts through the Federal CARES Act. 11 school districts are eligible for around $2.9 million in school safety grants. Funding can be used for cleaning and sanitizing products, as well as educational technology purchases, modifying areas to promote social distancing, and training staff to minimize the spread of infectious diseases. Hazleton area is eligible to receive over $539,000, Wilkes-Barre over $407,000, and Crestwood around $229,000. The U.S. Supreme Court handed down a ruling halting the shutdown of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals Program, or DACA. Governor Tom Wolf's Advisory Commission on Latino Affairs supports the ruling. DACA offers legal protections for nearly 650,000 young immigrants that made their way to the United States as children. Wolf said the Supreme Court ruling will provide some comfort to American immigrants that faced deportation. The ruling's also a reminder that government cannot use law to discriminate against people based on their race, ethnicity, or place of birth. Coming up on Wyln News, the state unemployment rate seems to drop this time around. Plus, Yuengling reopens their brewery doors, and I still have yet to go on one. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old, and it's gonna rain out. Bye.
I want to welcome you to your Feel Good Friday. I'm Dr. Stacy. We're going to talk a little bit about the vagus nerve, which is right up here. So the vagus nerve is so important because it's the 10th cranial nerve, and it controls parasympathetically, which is your rest and relaxation part of your nervous system, not only your lungs, but also your heart and your digestive tract. So there's a quick, easy way to stimulate the vagus nerve, and all you have to do is interlock your hands like this. Put them behind your head, and you want to look just with your eyes as far as you can to the right, and you're going to hold that position until you feel like you need to take a deep breath or until you yawn. And once you do that and you exhale, look all the way to the left and repeat. That stimulates the vagus nerve. It will help stimulate your rest and relax response, which we could all use a little bit more of. We'll see you next week on Feel Good Friday.
Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
The State Department of Labor and Industry released its report on last month's employment situation. Data collected for May's unemployment coincided with many counties making the transition to yellow. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate was down 3 percentage points over the month to 3.1% in May. The national rate fell 1.4 percentage points from May to 13.3%. The Commonwealth's rate increased by 8.9 percentage points from last May, while the national rate was up 9.7 points over the year. More information can be found online at dli.pa.gov. The in-person option is on the table once again for public attendance at City Council meetings in Wilkes-Barre. Though the online option is still available, City Council will meet in person July 16th at 6. The public's been shut out of the 4th floor meeting room for months, with both the virus and April's storm damage to blame. But come Monday, the public will be allowed back in the newly repaired City Hall. Council members will have plexiglass dividers between them, and those in attendance must wear masks. The speaker's stand has plexiglass too, as well as disposable pens and pencils for the public. Since seating will be limited for the public, there will be seating in the hallway for those who can't get in but still want to address council. The state's Public Utility Commission won't be ending its 3-month-old moratorium on non-paying customer service terminations for now. The rejected motion wants to allow non-natural gas utilities like electric, water, sewer, and telephone to terminate non-residential customers on July 1st and residential customers July 15th. Electric utilities are asking to restart termination processes and warned that more delays will result in large unpaid bills, requiring aggressive collection efforts starting in early August. The Utility Commission slapped a moratorium on shutoffs in March when the state shut down, but not on collection activities. State data shows about 567,000 commercial and residential accounts could be subject to termination, nearly 100,000 more than last year. D&G Yingling and Son Brewery welcomes back its fans for brewery tours and their gift shop, as long as they follow their new rules in place. Yingling will enforce their 50% occupancy limit, and you'll have to wear a mask. Groups will be limited in size, so reservations can be made on their website. Brewery tours will be by appointment only, 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Saturday, while the gift shops open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. The tour route was modified to include the historic caves, old racking room, and Rathskeller, but won't include the brew house or bottle shop. Beer samplers will be given up to 2 samples in a disposable sample cup. Coming up on Penn Lake Park's News Choice, your week in review, plus your Luzerne County SPCA Furry Friends of the Week. So stay with us.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
Monday. As if dealing with pandemic turmoil wasn't enough, rainwater continued to flood the streets of Gilberton after last Thursday's rainstorm in Schuylkill County. Officials say both clogged pipes and the nearby 924 bridge project caused waters to massively rise like never before onto Main Street, affecting area homes. Pumps were brought in to drain the water, including 2 from New Jersey, but crews ran into issues Saturday night when the pumps that were stretched across train tracks caused some damage. Over 40 residents are left with an extensive cleanup and want answers as to how the damage done will be dealt with. The borough's in talks with federal officials to see what aid can be given, but due to high premiums, some residents are without flood insurance. Officials encouraged residents to get tetanus shots and document the damage. A collection drive was organized as well, asking for donations of furniture, household appliances, and electronics. Tuesday. After being vandalized for the second time in 3 days, City Council must decide on whether or not to remove the monument honoring Christopher Columbus from Public Square. The 10,000-pound, 7-foot-tall statue was found vandalized this past Friday night in Wilkes-Barre, then again Monday morning, splattered with red acrylic paint. Wilkes-Barre police collected the empty bottles of paint found lying on the ground for a secondary investigation. An online petition with over 700 signatures as of Monday night pushes for a different piece of history to be highlighted on Public Square. That piece involves William Thomas, an escaped slave from Virginia who took refuge in Wilkes-Barre and jumped into the Susquehanna River to escape federal marshals back in 1853. Wilkes-Barre City Council seems split at this time on whether or not to make moves on a replacement statue. Wednesday. Firefighters in Schuylkill County were called to a working structure fire in Girardville Tuesday night. The fire started at an apartment unit on North 2nd Street shortly before 8 p.m. A man accidentally fell asleep after leaving hot oil on the stove. The house was completely filled with smoke as firefighters rescued the occupant out of the building. No injuries were reported, and the fire is still under investigation in Girardville. Thursday. A derogatory Facebook post recently landed Courtdale Borough Police Chief Chris Mettello in hot water. Mettello was suspended 2 weeks without pay for his recently deleted Facebook post reading, quote, "Just start shooting. This will end quick. This is making me sick," unquote. Though Mettello said he wasn't trying to incite violence, Courtdale Council and the mayor voted to suspend him. Come Wednesday night, president of the NAACP Wilkes-Barre chapter, Ron Felton, wanted Mettello fired, saying suspension just doesn't go far enough. Mettello was arrested back in '98 for reporting a false helicopter crash to a 911 dispatcher, but claimed it was a joke and was acquitted months later. Mettello's been borough police chief for the past 15 years and will remain on leave until next Friday. He's also a correctional officer at SCI Dallas, where the DOC launched an investigation into the allegations. Friday. 8 more counties moved into the green phase today, including Luzerne and Schuylkill. Though restrictions are eased, safety guidelines still apply. The Wolf administration released details on the green phase, stating businesses with in-person operations must follow updated business and building safety requirements. Large gatherings of more than 250 people are still prohibited, and masks are still required when entering a business. Hair salons are allowed to open at 50% occupancy and by appointment only. All entertainment, like casinos, theaters, and shopping malls, along with restaurants and bars, can also reopen at 50% occupancy. Remember, it's still important to practice social distancing and, if you feel sick, stay home. That's it for your week in review, here on WYLN News.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
We've seen the concern in your eyes. You're scared, nervous, want to know if it's safe. The answer is yes. At LVHN, you'll see the extraordinary steps we take to get you the care you need safely. You'll see all our facilities are COVID safe, temperature checks for everyone, that we sanitize every surface. And yes, you'll see that masks are required. What we look forward to seeing is relief in your eyes. Lehigh Valley Health Network. Your health deserves a partner.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
WYLN TV 35 and the Lehigh Valley Health Network are recognizing our area's everyday heroes Thursdays on the WYLN News Facebook page. Every single person, young or old, has the potential to be an everyday hero through simple acts of courage, kindness, and love. So don't delay, spread the word, and nominate your everyday hero by sending us a picture and short message at our website or through our Facebook page at facebook.com/WYLN News. Let's shine some light on our everyday heroes.
This just in, we have our Wild Meats Father's Day giveaway winner for you. So, enjoy your meats, Andy Kokiko. If you've been thinking about adopting a pet, well, there's no time like the present. Luzerne County SPCA's got more furry friends this week for you to check out. Meet Casper, an adult male pit bull mix. He's a ball of energy and loves other dogs, but would do best in a home without children. This funny fellow would just love to meet you. Up next is a real peach. This sweet young female cat found herself lost in an SPCA employee's basement. Since no one claimed her, she's ready for adoption. And, last but not least, Scarlett's looking to warm her way into your heart. She's a stunning and fluffy adult tuxedo cat who's looking for her forever home. Contact the Luzerne County SPCA at 570-825-4111 and bring a new best friend into your life. Gamblers, get your monies and masks ready. Mount Airy Casino Resort in Monroe County plans to reopen for guests Monday at noon. Hand sanitizing stations and disinfecting wipes will be around for guests to wipe down machines as much as possible. Plexiglass dividers were also installed at all transactional locations. To promote social distancing, Mount Airy will limit restaurants and gaming floor capacity to 50% occupancy until further notice, meaning every other machine will be closed and each table game will only have every other chair open. Both the poker room and sportsbook remain closed until further notice, but kiosks will be around for sports wagering. The event center will be open for banquets following state-mandated restrictions on large gatherings. A list of property modifications and safety precautions can be found at mountairycasino.com. Mohegan Sun Pocono in Plains Township will also reopen Monday at 10 a.m. after being COVID closed for more than 3 months. And don't forget, WYLN will be rebroadcasting Crestwood Area's 2020 graduation for you tomorrow night. So in case you missed it the first time around, graduation will be re-aired tomorrow evening from 7:30 to 10. The ceremony highlights the Crestwood seniors and their families' celebrations of this magical milestone through the COVID-19 pandemic. So, tune in tomorrow night, June 20th, to see Crestwood's finest celebrate their achievements right here on WYLN TV. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you'll find the real facts about COVID-19 from LVHN or who's open for business. Stay with us. Look at today's weather's next right here on WYLN TV.
We've seen the concern in your eyes. You're scared.